Good morning, everyone. Many people have requested me to give some talk on foreign study destination. You know that when we want to go abroad for studies, an important decision that we have to make is on the study destination. And the paradox is, most of the time, it's going to be a country where we have not gone or we have no experience. But then how do we choose? First thing is, we rely on some of the facts which we have heard, which we have seen in others' lives, or sometimes what we feel is the right thing. But from my experience, I have seen there are quite a lot of mistakes that people make when they choose a study destination. So today in my video, I'll be giving the talk on some of the common mistakes that we make when we choose a study destination. Now, you know, I've been giving my talks in Malayalam, and a good number of people have requested me to give talks in English. So I thought, this is my first talk in English. I'll be giving my talks in Malayalam and in English. So those of you who don't understand Malayalam, the English talks will be useful for you. Those who know English, even though you know Malayalam, again this talk is going to be very useful to you. But then I will give intermittently, I will give my talks in English and Malayalam. Those of you who are first time to my channel should know that I give my talks based on my personal experience. For the last 18 years, I've been involved in international education. I've visited more than 70 countries. In most of the countries, I have visited many of the university campuses. I've been part of the campus tour. I've attended international education conferences in many of those countries. I've been guiding students to different universities in different countries. I've been working as a representative of some of the universities abroad in India. So based on my personal experience, I'm giving my talks on study abroad or foreign education. And those of you who are first time to my channel, because those of you who don't know Malayalam, probably you're first time to my channel. And if you have not subscribed to my channel, please subscribe to my channel, press the bell button so that when I upload my next video, you get an alert. And if you like the video, please press the like button. And if you don't like the video, please dislike so that I know this talk is not very useful. And if you have comments on my videos, please put your comments. If you have suggestions, if you want some certain talks on a particular topic, then please do put your comments in the video comments section so that I can look into that and give you further videos on that. So, the topic for today's talk is going to be the common mistakes that we make when we choose a study destination. Number one. There are quite a lot of parents who come and ask me, which is the best destination for my child? Some students come to me and ask me, which is the best destination for me? And to all of them, I have a cliche answer. There is no best destination per se. A destination is best or worst depending on who wants to go to that destination, which means the best or worst aspect depends on what the student wants. But then probably we can grade some of the destinations. We may say, okay, this destination is better than this, or this one is much better than this. But then when you look at the best destination, it should always be combined with the intention of the student. So based on that, we can make the choice of the best destination. So this assumption that there is a best destination, you should avoid. Point number two is, there are quite a lot of parents and students who come with certain assumptions. Most important thing, we should never base ourselves on assumptions when we choose a destination. We should base ourselves on facts. I have parents coming and asking me, see, my neighbor's son has gone to this particular country. He is well settled. He is well off. They have made a lot of money. So I want my son also to go to that country. Sometimes a student comes to me and tell me, see, my friend has gone to this country and he is well settled there. He has enough money. So I also want to go and settle in that country. So I want to go to this country. Now there are some dangers. First of all, you have not gone to that country. You have just listened to what they have said or what you have heard. But sometimes maybe a student, you said they have made a lot of money, but don't think that they are well settled. And probably they may not have a good job also. So what you need to do is, we need to cross check. Sometimes when you go to a foreign country, you don't need to have a regular job. Even if you go for a part-time job, you get money. But that doesn't mean that you're well settled in that country. When you say you're well settled, you have a PR or probably you have a citizenship, you have a very good job. So we need to cross-check. And another important factor is sometimes the most important thing that we ignore is when have they gone. See, every country changes the rules of the game every year or every 2 years, depending on what the requirement is, because every university wants students from different countries. But it's the government who decide, okay, who all will come to our country. Universities want students from everybody, but the government decides the fact based on some of their requirements. They want to keep the ethnic balance. If a big number of students come from a particular country, they want to control it. Sometimes people come for a particular course, a good number of people come. Then they know that the skill is going to be redundant. And sometimes they feel that, okay, people come and they do things not the regular way. So the most important thing is governments change their rules. So when have your neighbor gone? If they have gone much earlier, the rules would have changed several times. Governments change the rules every year, sometimes once in 2 years. So when you want to go at this particular moment in history, then you should check what are the rules at this point. You should not go just because your neighbor has gone and settled or your friend has gone and settled. So this assumption we have to change. I have a personal experience. A student came to me asking me to go to UK for studies. I told him there is no PSW, post-study work facility is not there. But he said, no, my friends have gone there, so I also want to go by all means. I said, I won't send you, but you can go on your way. I mean, in your own means you can choose and then you can go. And then he didn't come back to me, maybe he went. Another guy who wanted to go to Australia who came to me and said, I want to go to Australia. And you know, in Australia we have universities, you have colleges, you have TAFE. And a time came when the government said that people who study in the TAFE, they have no stay back. And I told him, if you go to a TAFE, you won't have a stay back. But then he said, no, I want to go. I said, I don't guide you, but you can go your way. He went and he had to come back to our country, to come back to India. So what I'm saying is, the countries change the rules. So every time you should base yourself on the present and then make the choice. Number 3 is low tuition fee. Low tuition trap, LTT. Low tuition trap is a trap because there are countries in Europe where your minimum salary is 600 euro. When you go to that country for your studies, maybe your tuition fee is low, but after the studies, if you are looking for a job, when you get a job, every company is mandated to give you 600 euro. Maybe some companies will give you more, but then 600 euro is just enough for your survival there. But if you want to make a saving, so before jumping to the cart, you should check whether the low tuition fee is just in the fee level only, but salary wise you are different. So you have to check that. Another trap we have to take into consideration is high salary trap. That's also a trap. Sometimes people will say, if I go to this country, the salary is going to be very high. But I tell you, salary may be high, but the cost of living is also going to be high. So what is going to be the ultimate saving? So if your ultimate saving is much less, then why should I go to that country for my studies? Because when I go initially, I have to spend from my pocket for my cost of living. So if I have enough money, I can fund, but otherwise, then we should check, should I go to that destination, because I have to pump in a lot of money for my cost of living, and later I may get a saving, but again later I may get a good salary, but the ultimate saving is going to be less. So high salary is a trap, low tuition is a trap, which we need to consider. Another factor some of the students come and tell me is, oh, life in a foreign country is very easy. I tell you, I have visited foreign countries, I have stayed there for months. I tell you, it's not that easy. It can be easy, it can be tough. There are some good things which we have in India, which may not be available in that country. There are very bad things in India, whereas things may be much, much better there. So ultimately, no country is going to be easy. Every country has the good aspects, also the tough aspects. So we may go through some tough patch in our life when we go to a foreign country also, but we should be ready for that. We should not simply think that life is going to be easy. So these are some of the traps or some of the common mistakes that we make when we choose a foreign destination. So you can keep this in mind, and in my next video I'll be giving you inputs on what are the actual facts that we should base ourselves on when we make a choice of a foreign destination. I hope this video is going to be useful to you. So until next video, goodbye to all.